Welcome to another webisode of Hollywood Willie Web Raps. On today's show, we are going to talk about why sound is important in your film and some of the best ways to get it. Your external microphone. Unfortunately, microphones that plug into your camera are expensive, some costing hundreds of dollars. Let's talk about some ways to get around this. But first, let's talk about why microphones are important. There is nothing more frustrating for your audience than not being able to hear what your actors are saying. The problem with the microphone attached to or built into the camera is it's always too far away. Basically, no matter what shot you're shooting, you need to get the microphone on top of the action. One way to do this is to essentially attach the microphone to a wire and put it on a stick, and hide this just outside the camera's frame, so it's close enough to hear your actors, but hidden from the view of the camera. This is called a shotgun mic and a boom pole. The further the mic is from the subject, the greater the background noise, so every inch counts. There are other ways to get the mic close too, and it's perfectly acceptable to have the mic in the shot if you are interviewing subjects for your documentary, but less so if you are doing a narrative drama. It would take away from the realism of the film to see an actor holding a microphone, now wouldn't it? You can hide the microphone somewhere in the scene while still giving it access to the talent's voice. Or if the mic is small enough, you can hide it on your actor. They even have wireless microphones so your talent can move around freely. A plant mic. A mic fixed in place and hidden from view of the camera lens. Placement is important because the mic is effective only if dialogue is directed within the pickup pattern and range. Mics can be hidden anywhere, behind or on top of props or furniture. Some mics are so small they go unnoticed. Lavalier or lapel mics. These tiny mics are worn on actors' bodies or clothing. Most of these mics are omnidirectional, which means they can pick up sounds from any direction. Let's talk a little about finding a microphone you can use. You can buy one. You can borrow one from your school, your church, or someone you know that is in a band. You will probably need an adapter to get the mic cable to work with your camera. These are available at Radio Shack, among other places. You can buy a fancy boom pole with what they call a shock mount, which basically is a cradle to hold the mic really steady. Or you can make one with a broomstick or painting stick available at Home Depot or places like that. Just make sure that when you attach the mic it won't fall off and break, especially if it's not yours. And also make sure your boom operator has a very steady hand. And remember, it's really hard holding the pole steady for long periods of time. Try it. You will probably also need a microphone cable. Make sure everything plugs in together properly and test it before you go out on your shoot. One last thing, make sure you plug headphones into the camera so the camera operator can hear what your camera is hearing, and especially when using your external microphone system. There is nothing worse than returning from a hard day's shoot only to find your tapes have picture but no sound. Don't let that happen to you. As a sound person, you should be aware of two main things. Overmodulated sound. Sound too loud that will distort the DV tape. You will need to back the mic off or get your actors to speak quieter. The other problem is sound that is too quiet, due to the mic being too far away from the sound source or actors speaking too softly. Next time on Hollywood Willie Web Raps. Tips to getting good video and audio.